Oh, hello, YouTubers. Welcome to the health class. Hope it's going to be a good one. Um, the purpose and the reason for these classes is not to teach you how to cook, and it's not to be a vitamin fanatic, but we're living in a very unusual world right now, and people like Bill Gates and different Soros and whatever, they've been trying to corrupt the food system and reduce the population of the world. And definitely there's some issues about a lot of the stuff that they do, no? Um, and so in today's world, it's more important to study and learn about health than ever before. Because in these days, we have pharmaceutical companies wanting to make money off of us by, God forbid, keeping people ill. They brainwash the doctors by giving them trips to the Bahamas and whatever, if they'll push their drugs. There are different means and ways these days that, God forbid, money is taking a priority over the importance of other people to people. So if we learn what is healthy and what is not, or if we do our best, God does the rest. So, for example, there is a mineral chelator in the atmosphere that was created by a company called Monsanto out of California. And recently, in the past year, Bayer Aspirin bought them out. But they made a product called Roundup Ready, which is supposed to be a, because although they made a so-called pesticide, it was patented as an antibiotic. And they found that scientifically it evaporates into the air, goes into the clouds and the rainwater and the rivers and the streams and whatever, and it is a mineral chelator. What does mineral chelator mean? A mineral chelator, and I've taught this in a few prior classes, a mineral chelator means that it takes minerals out of people's bodies. In today's world, we look around and we can see people that look very fat, and yet they're starving to death. Why? Because they are not conscious of the need for their body to have minerals in order to absorb the vitamins. So it's a very important thing that we get substitute minerals. How? In the days and the years prior, you would go to look for a multivitamin. These days, when you go online to look for it, it doesn't say multivitamin, it says multivitamin and mineral. Why? Because the, the minerals are the prerequisite for the vitamins. And that's not just if you take a supplement. The minerals are a prerequisite for vitamins in the food as well. So when a person eats food, they need the minerals for the body to absorb the vitamins. So, on top of everything else going on, we know that the land is not left to rest like it's written biblically. So, a lot of the vegetables and fruits and things like that are not as high in nutrients as they once were because of that lack of rest of the land. And so between that and that, it's a very important thing. It's amazing because I had learned that it was a very important thing to take organic food for two reasons. One is that GMOs are usually genetically modified organisms where the seed was taken into a laboratory and it is genetically modified in order for the bugs not to eat the plants, in order for the plant to make a lot more production than it would have regularly. And therefore, what was originally God made then becomes something somewhat man made. And that's also problematic. So I'm always pushing that people should look for the organics or the non GMOs. And we have half a chance that way. Although I've looked lately on bananas, and even if they're marked organic, they still look very fishy. They go from being green to being brown, they never turned yellow, or different that you really have when you go shopping to observe things. I've been shopping for over 40 years and I know what fruits and vegetables are supposed to look like. And if it does not look normal, then best we don't buy it. A lot, when I was in Baltimore, they didn't have very much selection in organics. And so the other way to shop is either frozen organics, frozen veggies and fruits, and or canned. Now Dole and Libby's, I know for sure, are making non-GMO carrots and mixed vegetables and also fruits. And I know Walmart brand, Great Value, I think it's an OU, and they're making organic applesauce and things on that level. So these days, better to be safe than sorry, if you know what I mean. But today we're going to do a little research on some interesting points. And one of them is if you have either a real squishy blanket on your bed or you have a stuffed animal that you can squish with your hands, it's been proven scientifically that squishing action, and I do it at least 10 times each session, will help the function of the brain. That's interesting, right? I've heard it on more than one scientific report, and therefore I tend to believe it's true. So every night before I go to bed, I take the blanket that's squishy and I squish it in my hands at least 10 times. When I wake up in the morning, I try to do it. And the various times you can do it throughout the day, it's going to help. Then there are various other things that help the brain. One is a supplement called choline, choline. Now, choline is in supplement form, but it comes in food. Hey, Google, foods that have choline.
On the website mountsinai.org, they say, foods with higher amounts of chloride include seaweed, rye, tomatoes, lettuce, celery, and olives. Do you want a little more context?
No, I asked for choline.
On the website thespruce.com, they say, chlorine bleach should never be poured directly on clothing, even if you want the bleached out look.
Hey, Google,
Do you want a little more context?
No.
Is it choline or choline?
Okay.
It's choline.
Choline. You're saying clove. That's just throwing them out. Choline. Let me try again.
Hey, Google, what foods have choline? Choline.
Choline.
On the website nih.gov, they say, many vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and dairy products contain choline. Do you want a little more context?
Yes.
Many vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and dairy products contain choline. Fish, beef, poultry, eggs, and some beans and nuts are rich sources of choline.
Eggs, beans, and nuts. Nuts are excellent to eat about an hour before bed, along with your dessert. Why? Nuts have vitamin E, but they also have melatonin that'll help you sleep. Milk has melatonin. I drink a glass of milk about an hour before bed, and I sleep like a baby Thank you, Hashem. But there's another thing that also helps the brain besides clothing. And I eat eggs almost every morning. I make omelets, I make fried eggs, I make eggs in 100 different ways. But eggs, or even boiled eggs to make egg salad, but eggs have all the vitamins at the same time. An excellent resource for vitamins. Let's move on to magnesium. Magnesium comes in some foods naturally, and it is also a big help for the brain. Most people don't teach or know that, and many resources don't know because it's recently been discovered. Hey Google, what foods have magnesium?
I found 2 on the website nih.gov. Magnesium in healthful diets. Whole grains and dark green, leafy vegetables are good sources of magnesium. Low-fat milk and yogurt contain magnesium as well. And dried beans and legumes and nuts provide magnesium.
Excellent. Legumes are beans. Beans and rice are one of the healthiest foods you can eat. And you don't have to eat them plain or bland. When I went to Puerto Rico, I learned to make like some white rice on the side there. And you take the beans and you make a sauteed onions and garlic, and you can put some green peppers in there and whatever. You can put oregano, you can put cilantro, and then you put the beans in and you can put a little tomato sauce, and you have an awesome little beans and sauce stuff that goes on top of the rice. It's a complete meal because beans are very high in protein as well. So you get from the beans magnesium, choline, and protein, all very important substances. And it's great because beans don't have blood like meats do. So it's even healthier. And it's an anti-aging thing to consume. Another thing very important for the brain is omega-3. Omega-3 is sold. We have omega-3 gummies. If I find the gummies. This is the gummies, yeah. This is the omega-3 gummies. I don't know if you can see it. But it's sold by koshervitamins.com. It says omega-3 gummies. The package is about between $10 and $13 the pack, so it's not too expensive. The little gummy is like a piece of candy, which makes it easy to consume. And having omega-3 on a daily basis is very powerful for the mind, especially as people are getting older. It's very important to take care of certain parts of the body that when they were younger, they didn't have to do anything special. Let's see if we can get some info from my buddy, the computer here. Hey, Google, health benefits of omega-3.
I found a list on the website webmd.com. Findings show omega-3 fatty acids may help to lower blood pressure, reduce triglycerides, slow the development of plaque in the arteries, reduce the chance of abnormal heart rhythm, reduce the likelihood of heart attack and stroke, and finally, lessen the chance of sudden cardiac death in people with heart disease.
Wow. So, I also found out, let's see if it gives us a different. Hey, Google, what does the body?
On the website webmd.com, they say omega-3s are nutrients you get from food or supplements that help build and maintain a healthy body. They're key to the structure of every cell wall you have. They're also an energy source and help keep your heart, lungs, blood vessels, and immune system working the way they should. To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
So here's the interesting thing. Omega-3 helps the cholesterol be down, and having low cholesterol will help the brain. So it's when it comes to vitamins and minerals and nutrients, one helps the other. So Like, for example, I take Maxi makes a 5,000 milligram vitamin D3. I take 4 of them, between 2 and 4 every morning. So that's between 10 and 20,000 milligrams of D3 every morning. I take at least 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C daily, plus multivitamins and minerals. I take a multi-mineral and I take multivitamins. Why? Because it's very important to have, even if it's just a trace mineral or a trace vitamin, they all work together to do other things. Like, for example, the production of new blood and new cells and all these kind of things that go on while we sleep at night are done when the body has this nutrient. It makes this nutrient function better. And so it's a very important thing. I found out recently that potassium is a mineral, yes, and potassium is an electrolyte balancer. In other words, if a person is used to getting swollen from holding water in them, it's because they're having a deficiency of potassium. And a low deficiency of potassium can affect the heartbeat as well. Now, we heard recently when we were listening that magnesium is another one for the helping of the heart. And it's a very important thing that we take enough minerals and vitamins daily to take care of all the body's needs. And it's not the same as all these years that we've grown up in this world, because so many things have drastically changed just in the past couple of years. So I wanted to touch on a few other things from tonight. And one of them is, how many people, I mean, I like hot dogs with mustard and sauerkraut and whatever. We grew up as Jewish people liking that stuff. But did you ever wonder what kind of nutrients are in there? So I wanted to let my sister know the class went on. I don't know if she knows. But mustard is a very interesting substance. We know it comes from natural, it's not man-made stuff. But let's hear what the health benefits are. Hey Google, the health benefits of mustard.
I5 on the website healthline.com. May offer protection against certain diseases. May protect against certain types of cancer. May lower blood sugar levels. May protect against psoriasis. May reduce symptoms of contact dermatitis. And finally, may offer protection against infections.
Excellent. So here's what we didn't know. Did you know that it lowers blood sugar? Mustard lowers the blood sugar. That's interesting, no? Especially for so many people out there having a lot of sugar issues these days. And I believe it's some of the corruption in the food that's done that as well. Or the amount of children with autism these days. Autism comes from a toxification in the body. So detoxing definitely can help the situation tremendously, so much so I have a book by Dr. Kerry Rivera, and she had a couple of children that were autistic, and she began to make different experiments. There were some pills that they created that if a person goes camping and the water was not clean, that they could drop those pills in the water and it would make it clean enough to drink. So she started making like baby bottles full of that water and giving it periodically to her children. And both her children were healed of autism. It's a tremendous book. It's called Healing Autism. I think I got it from Amazon. You can check it out. If you have any trouble finding it, let me know. I'd be more than happy to give you the ISBN on it. But let's go on. So the next thing I wanted to touch on is sesames. How many people know the nutrient of sesame? Yeah, either you like it or you don't, and they make tahine out of that, which is a great dip for Shabbos bread. But let's learn what the health benefits are. Hey Google, the health benefits of sesame seeds.
On the website healthline.com, they say sesame seeds are a good source of healthy fats, protein, B vitamins, minerals, fiber, antioxidants, and other beneficial plant compounds. Regularly eating substantial portions of these seeds, not just an occasional sprinkling on a burger bun, may aid blood sugar control, combat arthritis pain, and lower cholesterol. I also found an answer to this question. How much sesame seeds should I eat daily? Do you want to hear it?
Sure, I sprinkle it on the eggs in the morning sometimes.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Yes. Okay, let's go on. Health class. On the health class, we have what potassium is a mineral. There's a mineral chelator in the atmosphere. We said that potassium is an electrolyte balancer. Many people think if they eat a banana a day, they'll take the doctor away. But in essence, one banana has 400 milligrams of potassium, and the body needs 1,400 for the day. Now, there are other foods that have magnesium and potassium in them, and some of the foods that have potassium besides bananas are potatoes, avocados, beets, spinach, and beans. So, there are other resources in order to get the potassium you need for the day. When a person has sufficient potassium, they will not have problems going to the bathroom. So people that have a constipation issue can have it because there's not enough potassium in their diet. We're not saying fiber, we're saying potassium. Also, take note that vitamin C in megadoses helps the body produce collagen. And collagen is what is used to keep elasticity of the skin so that we don't look all old and wrinkled. Therefore, it's a very important nutrient as well. So taking extra vitamin C is an excellent way to get the extra collagen your body needs. Now, let's go on. As I've said in other classes, I don't really know where dandelions grow. Over here where I live, they grow wild when it rains enough. And dandelions have some mega health benefits, which is God's natural food out there that people could just pick it. They even mow them down thinking they're weeds over here. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. Anyway, let us go on. For those who may have sugar issues of any kind, and therefore they feel tingling in their feet or their hands, they should know that MCT oil, which is a coconut oil, is excellent for healing of the nerves. Nerves can regenerate, and therefore putting some MCT oil with your regular butter or whatever for your eggs in the morning would be an excellent way to get that. They also have learned recently in this past year that vitamin E and a supplement called NAC, NAC, are two new antivirals. In other words, they work similar to an antibiotic to heal the body of viral or bacteria. So, excellent to know that as well. Free radicals come out of the body with melatonin as well. Nice to know that melatonin not only helps you sleep, but helps your body remove free radicals. Brussels sprouts have a supplement called alpha lymphoic acid. Now, alpha lymphoic acid is a miracle drug, I call it, which is not a drug because it's produced naturally by food, but it's excellent for people who have sugar issues, and it's also excellent for many other things. Now, I have a supplement that I bought that has vitamin B1, which is thiamine, and alpha lymphoic acid together. And it's also good for the brain. It's good for a lot of things. Let's see what my buddy, the computer, will tell us about alpha lipoic acid. Hey Google, the health benefits of alpha lipoic acid combined with B1.
Sorry, I don't have any information about that, but I found something else. Do you want to know what should alpha lipoic acid not be taken with?
No. Hey Google, what does alpha lipoic acid do for the body? Hey Google, what does alpha lipoic acid do for the body?
On the website healthline.com, they say alpha lipoic acid has strong antioxidant properties, which may reduce inflammation and skin aging, promote healthy nerve function, lower heart disease risk factors, and slow the progression of memory loss disorders. I also found an answer to this question: who should not use alpha lipoic acid? Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
On the website webmd.com, they say, but it is possibly unsafe for children to take large amounts of alpha lipoic acid by mouth. Seizures, vomiting, and unconsciousness have been reported for children aged 14 months to 16 years who took up to 2,400 milligrams of alpha lipoic acid as a single dose. Surgery. Alpha lipoic acid can decrease blood sugar levels.
Okay. There's another supplement that is excellent for the body, and it's called COQ10. Now, supplements are sold, and I have one of the companies that they sell COQ10 and PQQ together. Now, what is it good for? The benefits are that it helps support the production of new mitochondria. It helps support the central nervous system. It helps support cardiovascular health and cellular energy. It helps restore COQ10 that may be depleted by people that are getting older or aging, and cholesterol-lowering drugs like statins. So, it's excellent for many good reasons. Again, the name of that supplement is COQ10 and PQQ. Let's go on. I have a report here on potassium I wanted to get onto. Oh, here's another COQ10. Let's see if they give us a little more information here. Okay, COQ10 is a nutrient that occurs naturally in the body. And CoQ10 is also in many foods that we eat. CoQ10 acts as an antioxidant which protects cells from damage and plays an important part in metabolism. Why do people take CoQ10? Although CoQ10 plays a key role in the body, most healthy people have enough naturally. There is some evidence that adding more may be beneficial, and people increasing in age and some medical conditions associated with the dropping of those levels are better supplementing with it. CoQ10 has been used to treat many different conditions. There's evidence that CoQ10 supplements can lower blood pressure, treat any heart issues, and possibly help to improve some symptoms and lessening future heart issues. Okay. Can you get CoQ10 naturally from foods? Cold water fish like tuna, salmon, and mackerel and sardines have CoQ10. Vegetable oils and meats. So that gave us a little more information there. Now let's get to potassium. Okay, we are 30 minutes down the road here, and we are now, before I get started on the potassium, I wanted to share that there are various things naturally in life that are detoxers for the body. In today's world, as I told you, there's that mineral chelator in the atmosphere. Plus, there's fluoride in the water. There are many toxins throughout where a person has to live and be. So, there are two supplements that are detoxers. One of them is called chlorella, and the other is spirulina. They're both algae from the ocean, and they are detoxers for the body. But there are natural detoxers as well. One is garlic. Garlic is a natural antibiotic. The cloves, you smash them and make a paste. And with cloves, I make salad dressings with it with a baby food processor. I use that paste also for cooking or whatever. But in any case, natural garlic cloves. Oregano is a natural antibiotic and detoxer. And cilantro is a natural detoxer. Can be cooked or natural, and it takes toxins out of the body. Very important. Now with cilantro, you buy it and a couple days later it wilts and goes bad already. What can you do about that? You take the whole bunch of what you bought, you put it in a baby food processor or a blender with cloves of garlic and olive oil and salt. It turns into a paste, and that paste can go into a container in your fridge for months. It will stay good. So, we are now moving on to potassium. A good natural food source of potassium is bananas, avocados, and you can smash avocados and put them in salad dressing, because they're another thing that you eat it, cut it, but by tomorrow it's already looking brown. So if you smash it up and put it in your salad dressing, you can use it until it ends. It will not turn brown in the salad dressing. Going on. Nuts, like almonds and peanuts, also have potassium. Citrus fruits, leafy green vegetables, milk has potassium, and potatoes. Low potassium is associated with, God forbid, a risk of blood pressure issues, heart issues. Um, I don't like to mention illnesses, macula, and some digestive issues, and we won't go on with that. No. Okay. Other common side effects of weakness of lack of potassium is muscle weakness, arrhythmias, sinus stuff. Okay, I don't like to talk about the negative, only the positive, you know? So make sure you get your potassium that you need every day. I personally eat quite a few bananas, plus I have a supplement, potassium gluconate. Yeah? Potassium gluconate, 99 milligram. I take 4 every morning on top of all the bananas I eat. So, the good thing about food is you can't overdo it with food. Whatever the body doesn't need, it'll get rid of it. But with supplements, you need to be a little more careful. Going on. Buckwheat. There's an old, way back when product called buckwheat. Now, the Jewish ancestors' husband, peekaboo. Okay. The ancestors used buckwheat. They called it kasha. And they knew the health benefits probably. But it's kind of gotten lost in the crowd in today's world. But buckwheat, whether it be in a pancake, whether it be a buckwheat flour that you use to make pancakes, there are various ways to put your hands on buckwheat. Now, buckwheat, the health benefits of buckwheat are mega. Listen to this. A rich source of protein, a fat alternative, lowers blood pressure, non-allergic, helps with sugar issues. Especially, new research has found that buckwheat is helpful in managing the blood sugar of a person. This has a glycemic index of 54, which can lower blood sugar slowly, unlike rice or wheat. Going on. It draws out excess fluid from the body. Buckwheat is a warming food. Buckwheat is a yang food that it makes it beneficial when consumed during cold winters. And you can put it in with your oatmeal, right? And they sell buckwheat like a flour. Make this a part of your diet during winters for the best results. Reduces cholesterol. Consume buckwheat regularly to reduce the risk of high cholesterol or hypertension. Going on. And what does it say? It can also lower the LDL and increase the HDL. That helps to prevent body fat, plasma cholesterol, or gallstones. It's an antioxidant. Buckwheat is a rich source of flavonoids like rutin. These can also be antioxidants protecting a person from disease caused due to shortage of vitamin C. Flavonoids. The flavonoids in buckwheat help to maintain proper blood flow. They prevent the platelets from clogging and also inhibit the oxidation of free radicals into harmful, God forbid, cholesterol oxides. Buckwheat contains magnesium. We were just talking about that. Buckwheat also helps you to maintain healthy cardiovascular system. It lowers blood sugar levels. We read that before already. Controls breathing issues. Prevents disorders of different parts of the body. Benefits of buckwheat for skin and hair. Buckwheat is rich in B-complex vitamins like thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, pyridoxine, and folate. These essential vitamins give you healthy skin and hair. And in addition, the rutin content in buckwheat has antioxidant properties to reduce the signs of premature aging. Good stuff for that. It's an anti-ager buckwheat. This also contains high protein quality that is required for good hair growth. And this protein has amino acids which are required for healthy hair and nails, improves gut health, improves skin elasticity, prevents skin damage. Buckwheat honey benefits, protects against any heart issues, prevents coughing. Honey prepared from buckwheat can be very beneficial against any coughing. Okay? It's a low hypoglycemic index. Acts as a healer. The honey made from buckwheat has antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties that can quickly heal wounds and foot ulcers and burns. And I wanted to add to that a lot of people don't know that cloves are antimicrobial and antibacterial. So people that get like a toothache or infections in their gums, with a little bit of olive oil mixed with clove and a Q-tip to rub it on there, they can heal any infection in their mouth, plus take away the pain from the infection. So it's good to know. Okay, let's go on here. Buckwheat nutrition facts. They contain good quality protein with 9 essential amino acids, including lysine. Buckwheat is a very rich source of iron. Let's find out something. Hey Google, the health benefits of lysine.
On the website mountsinai.org, they say, lysine appears to help the body absorb calcium, and it plays an important role in the formation of collagen, a substance important for bones and connective tissues including skin, tendons, and cartilage. Most people get enough lysine in their diet. I also found an answer to this question. Is it healthy to take lysine every day? Do you want to hear it?
No, because we're not going to be taking it by itself. It comes in the food. This has 80% carbohydrate content. Buckwheat. Buckwheat is a very good source of antioxidants, and this also includes many minerals and vitamins, including copper, zinc, and niacin, which we know we have a mineral chelator in the atmosphere, and so buckwheat can replace some of these minerals, and is also very high in rutin. Hey Google, what is rutin?
Routine has 3 different meanings. Starting with the most common one, routine can be used as a noun to mean a sequence of actions regularly followed, a fixed program. Is that the meaning you had in mind?
No, routine in food.
Sorry, I didn't understand, but I found something related. Do you want to know what happens if you have an irregular eating schedule?
No. The health benefits of routine. Hey Google, the health benefits of routine.
I found 4 on the website nm.org. Some ways a routine can help include better stress levels lead to improved mental health, more time to relax and less anxiety. Better sleep will leave you refreshed.
Okay.
Better health as a result of just a little extra planning. And finally, good example setting will encourage others to try a routine as well.
Sometimes I wonder if he had too much wine for Shabbos. Anyway, let's go on. Anyway, you can look it up online, Rutin, and it's also very high in that, and so it's also a nutrient. Okay. Okay, I think we covered that pretty well. Yeah. So let's now go on to give me a minute here to get to the right page. We're almost done. We have about 15 minutes left. Something I wanted to touch on last week, I don't think I got time to do so, and that is copper. Copper is a trace mineral, therefore the mineral chelator can remove it. It's a very important nutrient in the body. It seems to me that one of the best ways to have copper is through food. Hey Google, what foods have copper?
On the website odds.od.nih.gov, they say, sources of copper. The richest dietary copper sources include shellfish, seeds and nuts, organ meats, wheat bran cereals, whole grain products, and chocolate. I also found an answer to this question. What food is highest in copper? Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
On the website webmd.com, they say, beef liver contains the most amount of copper per serving of any food.
Wow, isn't that
Whether
interesting?
braised or fried, a 4-ounce serving contains 16,070 micrograms, more than 18 times your daily value.
Interesting. So what does it say here? Copper is an essential mineral and is naturally present in some foods and is available as a dietary supplement. Now in foods is safer because it's a trace mineral, and if your food has more than you need, then the rest will come out when you go to the bathroom. But when you take a supplement, it can be, God forbid, dangerous if you're taking too much. So minerals like copper are recommended that you get them in food. Going on. It plays a role in iron metabolism and carries more than 95% of the total copper in healthy human plasma. Copper is also involved in many physiologic processes, such as angiogenesis, that's the brain, neurohormones, the brain, homeostasis, and the regulation of gene expression, brain development, pigmentation, and the immune system functioning. In addition, defense against oxidative damage depends mainly on copper-containing superoxide dismutase. Now, remember he said dark chocolate has copper. Highly recommended. Always good to have a little piece of dark chocolate hanging out after your dinner, or my husband has dark chocolate ice cream carved, or any way that you can get your chocolate works. I have a little bit of a list here to go through different, but let me go back and read that again. It works for gene expression, brain development, pigmentation, and immune system. It works for neurohormones and angiogenesis. In other words, it's brain power. Let's go on here. Almost 2/3 of the body's copper is located in the skeleton and muscle. Only small amounts of copper are typically stored in the body, and the average adult has a total body content of 50 to 120 milligrams of copper. Most copper is excreted in bile, and a small amount is excreted in the urine. Total, I don't want to get it gross on you guys, no. Copper levels in the body are homeostatically maintained by copper absorption from the intestines and the release by the liver into the bile to provide protection from copper deficiency and toxicity. Okay, I don't want to chew your ear off with copper, but know that it has an imperative presence in the system of the body and the brain. And let's go down now to my list of foods. Beef liver, baking chocolate, potatoes, cooked fresh and skin, cashew nuts dry roasted, has copper. All these things have copper. Sunflower seeds, turkey giblets, dark chocolate, yay, cacao has 70% to 85% cocoa solid. Yeah, that's that dark chocolate with the high percentage of chocolate in it. Tofu, chickpeas. So if you eat hummus on Shabbos, you're getting some copper. Salmon, Atlantic wild caught. Pasta, whole wheat cooked. Avocados, figs, spinach, boiled and drained. Asparagus, cooked and drained. All of these things have copper. Sesame seeds, turkey ground cooked. Cereals, cream of wheat, cooked with water or stovetop. Tomatoes, raw and chopped. Yogurt, Greek plain yogurt. Milk, even non-fat. Apples, raw with the skin. Okay, so you have plenty of options to go through to get your copper. Copper deficiency. Copper deficiency is uncommon in humans. Based on the studies in animals and humans, the effects of a copper deficiency include anemia, hypopigmentation, I don't know what these things are, any tissue disorders, osteoporosis, and other bone issues, abnormal metabolisms. Let me see. All right, we basically hit on that, and I'm going to leave it here. High dietary intakes of zinc can interfere with copper absorption. Excessive use of zinc supplements can lead to copper deficiency. Reduction in copper zinc superoxide dismutase. Interesting. People who regularly consume high dosages of zinc from supplements or use excessive amounts of zinc containing denture creams or could develop a copper deficiency, God forbid. Okay, so we know to watch out for that. And that is the end of the road there with copper. Interesting. Okay. What else do we have here? Anything else? We'll have to hold the chromium picolinate for another week. Let's see what else we have. Healthy foods high in collagen. As we said, collagen is the elasticity of the skin. As people get older, general public can produce less. If you're taking mega dosages of vitamin C, then you're producing more because the extra vitamin C will help the body produce extra, and that's a good thing. Foods with collagen. Foods rich in collagen come from animals, and this includes chicken, fish, and cows. The following three foods contain high levels of collagen: bone broth, fish with skin on it, chicken, fruits and vegetables. For vegetarians and vegans, consider eating foods high in vitamin C. Eating foods rich in this nutrient encourages the body to make its own collagen and keep that person healthy and strong. Examples of foods with high amounts of vitamin C include fruits rich in blueberries, papayas, citrus fruits, vegetables like broccoli, leafy greens, and cauliflower. And so we are now 56 minutes down the road, and we're about ending the class now. If there's any questions that anybody would have about anything, please contact me. Know that I want to leave you all with something very important, and two things actually. And one of them is a study on vitamin K is an A-OK for for heart health. Recent research found that diets rich in vitamin K lead to lower risk of heart issues. Using data collected over 23 years from more than 50,000 participants in a Danish diet with Macula and health study, scientists at an Australian university looked at whether consuming foods rich in vitamin K1 and 2 offered protection against plaque buildup in their arteries, aka osteo, I can't even pronounce that, sclerosis, whatever. The result indicated that the participants with the highest consumption of K1 containing foods like green leafy veggies and vegetable oils like olive oil had a 21% lower risk of being hospitalized with heart issues. And know that if you want to cook, olive oil by itself, God forbid, can denature from high temperatures. So you can buy yourself some avocado oil, and that's good for cooking and frying. Or you can mix the two together, and it'll stop the denaturing. Those who ate the most K2 containing foods like meats, eggs, fermented foods like cheese had 14% lower risk of hospitalization. Although more research is needed to fully understand the process, we believe that vitamin K works to protect against the calcium buildup in the major arteries of the body, leading to vascular, God forbid, calcification. So here we learn that vitamin K1 and K2 is another important nutrient. And with that, we are now on 49 minutes, and we're about to end the class. I thank you all for coming in. I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed the class. If you came in late, please go back and see the beginning, because I start out slow sometimes when I'm starting, but once we get the motor going, And tomorrow will be Monday, and my husband has a class that is not recorded on YouTube at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, which would be North Carolina, New York, Baltimore, and here in Dickinson it would be 3:30. And then an hour later, which in the East Coast will be 6:30, I come in on the YouTube Live with a Torah class. So I hope it's the Torah class tomorrow, and I hope you will bring any Torah questions you have with you. And I I want you to know that me and my husband give a charity and pray for everybody who is a faithful student of our classes and all Jews all over the world, and for this country, and for the peace of Jerusalem, which is a mega importance now and forever. And with that, may Almighty God bless you all with perfect health and the divine guidance you need to know what to eat and what not to eat in order to obtain, sustain, and maintain perfect health now and forever. Shalom, shalom. And if that's you, Kim, thanks for coming in. And if it's not, whoever did come in, thank you for coming in. And we love y'all. Shalom, shalom. See you tomorrow.